Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
hey, guess what we wearing? Some of this and some of that. But let me tell you, women in the panel, in the chat.
In the chat.
In the chat, whatever. Women in the chat. Let me tell you, when have a man dressed you? Let me tell you, 1, 2, 3 men made up in their mind what I was going to wear. Let me tell you. You know, I was off this morning. Okay, I'm getting dressed. I have what I'm gonna wear in my mind. I'm
Hold
in
on.
the closet. Wait.
Before you go anywhere, you're not really off. You've been taking private on your own, so
Oh, see, there you go with that. Okay.
now you could go ahead and relate your story.
Okay. Well, as I was trying to get dressed for you all,
Mhm.
Jeremy came in and brought my shirt. And I said, I'm wearing that on the ship. And the Prima. He said, no. He said, you're wearing it tonight. I said, no, I'm not. And I said, who decided that I was going to wear it tonight? He said, we did. And I was waiting for him to say that one thing, that one line that Scott have told him about. I was waiting for him to say he was putting his down.
Yeah.
But he didn't say it. But he did say it today. He did say it today. He did. He said it today, and he got his way. Yeah, he got his way today.
so we got matching uniforms. Good evening, everybody, and
It's not
welcome into
uniforms.
Go Live Together After Dark. We are your host and hostess. I am Jeremy. This is Cheryl. Up above us, this is going to be the Mustard Drill, the one and only Scott. We also got Eddie from Eddie Lugo Studios. We're That's right. Welcome to the replay, guys. Thank you so much for coming back for the replay. We always appreciate the hashtag team replay.
The replay has been really well.
Yes, the replays have been awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching the show. We really, really appreciate each and every one of you.
Yes.
But for those of you that are here right now, ready to party, good evening and welcome into the live chat. Cruise Nuts. Good evening.
What's up?
And they say, hey, Pineapple Squad.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know we was coming to that party. Otherwise, I would have got my pineapple shirt and maybe like wrapped it around this one or something. I don't know. Word. Next up in the chat is Cruising on the High Season Travel.
What's up? What's up?
And yep, he said, good evening, good evening, y'all. I'm
can't
here,
talk
so
now.
let's get this party started and act like kids. Oh, I meant to say adult kids. Perhaps.
See, now I thought Rob from Cruise Brothers was going to show up tonight.
I know.
I know. We've been waiting for Rob from Cruise Brothers.
Yep.
Don't know.
Yep. Next up in the chat is Cruising is Fun Anytime. Hey, babe.
Hey, girl.
Texas.
Nope, we are not kids tonight.
No
Nope,
kids tonight.
we are grown-ups. Danny D, the spectacular supporter, has made it in. Good evening.
The angel.
Trouble.
Yeah, and Cruising with Kristen, welcome into the shenanigans. Generally we are in morning mode, but yeah, it's after dark. So
this is our after dark.
It is. But welcome in. We really appreciate you.
We really appreciate you stopping in.
Journeys with June and Brady.
Yes.
Yeah.
And wait, there's a story behind June and Brady.
Man.
Okay, we were in rain, real bad rain today. It was a real bad storm. The weatherman told us, people that stay by the water were going to get flooded and all of that. Well, June and Brady, Jeremy started out on his journey to send you the lanyards. And he came back. He said, we're flooded in. And I said, no, let's get up and show me. And that's what happened. got up. I got up. He was really against it because he had been out there and couldn't go any further. And we went and we braved the waters. We did. We braved the waters. He was so upset. There's water getting in the tailpipe. There's this rust. The water is going to rust and da-da-da-da-da. And then the kids in the back, oh, this is such a risk, Mom. Why did you have Dad do that? I mean, it was just all my fault. And I told the kids I did not put a gun to his head. But we got to UPS and your lanterns are on the way.
And we had Whataburger.
Yeah.
That's right. Double whammy. I love it. Next up in the chat is Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Welcome in.
Yay.
Miguelito.
Our reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have that down here. Oh, no, wait. I have this.
A message from the government of Canada.
That's the one right there. And yeah, they say, yo, 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 Canada is in the house.
Yes.
Good evening. Oh, snap. There she is. Danny D, the spectacular supporter.
She's
Welcome
an
to the
angel.
first year of our adventures.
Orange Cone Vlog
Hey.
has
What's up?
hashtag OCV raid.
I think Kathy Mills has a question here I'm going to put up. Well, kind of. Okay, so kind of like I usually play Texas for Cheryl, and this is Jeremy's, but it's only for the night. Right.
I wasn't ready to stop.
Kind of.
And let's see, the Bud Files has made it in. Good evening.
What's
Hey,
up?
bud.
Hello.
Jennifer from Embarkation Nation has made it in. Good evening.
Again.
Are you off the ship? Today is Saturday.
No, they come in tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Live from the Jubilee.
live. How's it going?
Whoop. Yeah, how was your cruise? Let us.
No, don't let us know because I want you to come on the show.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things.
Alice Lugo Studios has made it in. Good evening.
Hello, beautiful.
What's up?
Bama Nola Adventures has made it in. Good
Hey,
evening.
Bama. We'll
Hi.
see you soon. You'll be getting on the Jubilee.
And let's see. Cruiser with Keith has made it in. Good evening.
Hey,
What's up?
And there she is. Marjorie has made it in. Good evening.
I can't wait
Hi.
to cruise with Marjorie. Y'all just don't know. You and Marjorie are going to be hell on wheels.
Hey, don't look now, but we got Hammer. Scott McNeil has made it in with a donation of fresh fruit. Thank you for those pineapples.
Yes. Yay, toast.
Journeys with June and Brady says, Cheryl, you need to be you. Don't worry about what they say.
I know. They wanted me to wear my thing, and I wanted to wear it on the Prima. But because it was 3 against 1, I had to go. And Jeremy was standing up in the closet like this.
You can still wear it on the Prima.
I
Right?
know, but it won't
I'm
be
definitely
new.
going to have mine with me on the Prima.
It won't be new. I want it to be new. So
That's what the Temu stuff is for, though.
I'm gonna lick your face.
Hey. Hello.
Now we're talking. Scotty Too Hottie has made it in. Good evening.
Hey,
Hi.
That's nice.
Marjorie says, Cheryl, you are too girly to allow a man to dress you.
I know, Marjorie. Oh my God. That's why I overpacked. And I overpacked for Hannah.
Okay,
Didn't I?
here's a programming update. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation says the storm we are encountering on the Jubilee is wild.
Let me tell you, we got watered in, Jennifer. Oh my God.
Yeah, we got flooded
We
in.
got flooded in. And it was like the kids were looking down. Oh God, the water is over the tires. Okay, you're making me nervous.
That's cute. Beauty Boss B Jamie has made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Chloe's cute.
Chloe is cute.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures.
Okay, Cruise Nut says, hey, Scott, tomorrow I have a drone premiere part 2 of the Jubilee. You have to check it out. I have a scene while the drone was recording us. I was recording ourselves from a 360 camera and split screen.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's going to be awesome.
I will definitely check it out. So,
Yeah, man.
like I said, I've been flying drones for a very long time. I just got out of it for a while, but I'm really excited to be back into it, especially with some of the latest drones that are out there. Definitely leaps and bounds as far as technology goes, leaps and bounds better than some of the older drones that I have.
Mm-hmm. Emily just made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Welcome in.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures.
And Elizabeth has joined us.
Hey, beautiful. He don't
Yeah.
have it.
I would say this to you.
My name is Optimus Prime.
No.
Yes.
I am your father.
Perhaps. Yeah, it's an after dark show. That is for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's an update on Rob from Cruise Brothers. Cruising on the High Season Travel says, Scott, I was talking to him today to book a future cruise for the Booze Cruise 3.0, and he was telling me that he's not going to come out tonight because you didn't show up last night on Rob's show.
Listen, I'm going to Florida in 2 days, okay? And I'm super busy, Rob, but I swear I'm gonna catch the replay on it. It's on my saved playlist, so definitely gonna watch it. I'm very sorry for not being there.
Here's a weather update from Emily. Our news keeps telling us we are getting a snowstorm. My iPhone says rain. No one knows. Snow, mix, rain.
No one knows because we've been looking up there about my granddaughter and they don't know if it's going to be a mix.
So my wife and I have been arguing because, again, they don't know where those lines are going to fall, right? We've been arguing so far. I'm believing the guys that say we're going to be in the 6 to 12 inch range. She keeps thinking that we're going to be in the 2 to 5. Who knows? I mean, one of the weather guys came on tonight and said he thinks there's going to be a lot of cold or a lot of warm air drawn up into the system, and that we may actually be right inside the mix, right inside the edge of the mix. So we may get a lot less, nobody knows, but, let's have to wait and see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. Journeys with Jude and Brady says we are waiting on sleet here.
Whoa.
Yep.
I can't walk on ice. Can't come out the house.
Yep.
Austin, Dallas, we have a problem in Houston.
Yeah, we do.
Beauty Bosby Jamie. No, the sounds are from Scott's Stream Deck. We have custom sounds for certain creators that he has in his Stream Deck, and then we have generic sounds for everybody else that comes in, as well as funny things that we play throughout the show. The Stream Deck has 15 buttons that you can push.
Yeah, so I have 30 buttons on this, but then I can go to another screen and another screen, another screen. So it's kind of infinite. I will try. Hopefully, last time I did this, it made my video freeze. But this is what Stream Deck looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I can program whatever I want in these. And then I have a button down here that allows me to go to another page. And then over here is some more. And then I would put that button there again, and I could go to another page, but I hit that and it takes me back to the previous one. So, the sky's really the limit with it. Just makes things, but you can do more than just sounds on it too. You can automate lots of different things on it. You can automate, like I could push a couple of buttons here to do all the things that we need to do to go live. So I can program the actual go live button into it. So all I have to do is hit that. I could mute my mic. I could program different sequences in here that maybe brings Jeremy and Cheryl up full screen and then takes them back. I could do it all from the Stream Deck. It's not just sounds. It's basically like everything and anything. It's complete total live stream automation. It's an amazing piece of equipment.
Yep. Journeys with June and Brady says it is flooding on the Jubilee.
Oh, well.
It's bad weather. I'm telling you guys, anybody that's coming into Galveston, the weather is bad. It's bad. It's not bad now. It stopped raining, but put that down.
Hello? Hold up.
Put it down. I'm not playing with you like you. When Ross said you there.
Yeah, this is Ross. He said it was raining.
No,
So
Ross, put it down.
Hey, good evening. What's going on, man? I'm on live. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for being in, man.
You know,
All right. Peace.
I'm gonna put Ross in timeout.
Look, that's what this is.
Oh my God, so embarrassing.
Yes, but let me tell you, Jennifer, it'll be okay once you get to Galveston. But on your way to Galveston, it's gonna be rough.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
Temperature. This is
Haven. It is Haven. Oh my God.
Haven.
Oh,
We need a Haven button.
Yeah, we need
Scott.
a Haven button.
We
yeah,
need a-
definitely
we need
need
a Haven button. Thank you for coming into the show.
Yes.
Welcome
Thank
in.
you, little one, for coming in. I appreciate that.
Turn the pineapple upside down. I like.
Oh my
that.
God. Carnival Cruise Addicts, welcome into the shenanigans.
Oh wait, there it is.
What's up?
I knew he had it covered. Oh my God. And this is where it falls off the rails, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Let me scroll down because we are way back in the chat. I'm so sorry.
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Yep.
Listen, I am nowhere near as skilled at running all of this as Jeremy is. I tell you, my every single Friday versus every single morning show, I take my hat off to you, Jeremy, because you are on it, man.
But you have to keep up with the pace, and it's like it seems as though I'm way behind. Danny D says, now this is After Dark. Love it, Cheryl.
Yes.
And yes, our new year is going just like the old year, but I think we are getting a little more used to going live.
And if you all want to get one of these shirts, go to Bonfire, Eddie Lugo Studios.
Yep.
Yes, go to Eddie's Eddie Lugo Studio store. They are available in his store through his Bonfire store, and they're definitely worth it. We would appreciate your support. I definitely know Eddie would appreciate it.
Thank you.
Rolling down the river. Do. Okay,
You have to find the link.
Well, I don't have to submit another claim.
okay, I'll be quiet.
Okay. Together we travel. Good evening.
Good evening.
Darkest year of our adventures.
Oh, surely not. They don't think I'm Tina when they do us a claim, really.
I don't know. We wouldn't win that.
Whatever you're asking, the answer is I'm amazing.
Haven says, I am so excited for the snow.
Me too.
You know what? Yeah, she would be.
I'm excited.
And Elizabeth says, I'm always right.
Always. We're always right.
Yep.
Me, you, and Alice, always right.
Debbie from On Deck with CB, welcome into the show and the late night shenanigans.
What's up?
That's Beauty and who?
Uh-oh.
no more.
Beauty Boss Jamie.
Okay.
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Yeah, see, Haven, see what your Aunt Tammy said?
Haven, no.
No.
Do you guys see this?
Oh, snap. No more upside down pineapples. No more lobsters.
Thank you, guys.
I'm not sure who that came in for, but it came in for somebody. Somebody better start singing for the SEPA.
Well, hey.
Who
Somebody.
did something?
Yeah, they got a super chat.
from you
From you.
and you.
And you. Thank you so much.
And
we
us
really
and you.
appreciate it.
Why doesn't
Oh, we can
Scott
do it
have
on
that?
demand. We don't have to play
No,
the
I want Scott to play it.
I don't have it. Send it to me.
don't
I
have
would be more than happy to play it.
you don't
Okay.
have it.
Okay,
Send it to me.
Scotty Too Hotty says we have a nor'easter hitting Boston, Mass starting tomorrow. Hard to say if it will be a snow or rain in my area. Oh my God. Can we still do pineapple upside down cakes?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I don't see there's yeah, it's gonna get gross here this week. Beauty Boss Jamie is in Georgia.
Georgia, she's where Eddie is.
Yep.
Hey, Jeremy, what?
No,
Where did you get that? Wait a minute. Where did you get that joke from?
it's right there.
I'm not sure.
That is weird. Well, thank you then.
Yeah, stay safe, Scotty.
Daddy.
Marjorie says the mustard drill.
Wait.
The mustard drill.
Wait.
I love your electronic toys. You should start making your own movies.
My son actually minored in filmmaking in college and does make his own movies, but I doubt I ever will.
Orange Cone dropped a Scott's new theme song. I'm going to have to watch the replay after 48 hours and see what this link is. Hey, Ross, if you could send that to us
please.
private message, that would be so awesome.
Because we like to laugh,
Yes, we do.
and Scott makes us laugh
No,
every day.
it wouldn't be awesome, but okay.
Oh, Emily says, Cheryl, I will send you some snow.
Please.
Thank you.
And
That's right.
and you know what? Scott is doing something really, really horrible. He's leaving on vacation and won't be shoveling snow. I have been wanting to see him shovel snow for all year. I've been waiting for snow all year.
I'm waiting for him to hook up like some kind of little baby snowplow to the drone and see if he can pull it.
So, like, I probably will have to shovel snow tomorrow. My flight doesn't leave. If it leaves on time, there's no issues. My flight leaves Sunday at 7:00 in the evening.
Ooh.
Right, so we get into Orlando at 10:30 or something like that, or whatever. It's a pretty late flight. So I will be shoveling snow tomorrow if we end up getting some or whatever. And I'm sure there will be more opportunities to shovel it because January and February for sure are particularly nasty here in Pennsylvania.
Yep. Yeah. Haven says you're missing the joke. Tammy, I'm not sure.
She's talking to.
Are you talking about this?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that one too.
You don't shovel snow.
I no, listen, I do shovel snow. I don't know what she's talking about. My kids shovel snow also, but I do shovel snow plenty of times, especially because like Haven will go out and shovel a lot of snow. This, if it's, I'll say this to you, for as far as my son goes, right? If it snows in January, my son would get around to shoveling it by March.
Oh.
Well, that'll work. Okay, so we are all caught up in the chat.
Yes, we are.
Woo!
There was a lot.
There's a lot of you here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we definitely appreciate everybody being in here tonight for sure.
Yep.
Yes,
So,
we love it. And we're going on the Prima.
In how many days?
I don't know.
Oh, we are all checked in, and
I love the check-in.
I have to.
Let me tell you, I was looking.
Wait. What was
well,
that?
I was actually going to get to that, but I'll let them say what they're going to say first, Eddie. So.
Okay, I love the check-in. He doesn't. Let me tell you what I love about it. First, you get to do the safety drill online. That is a plus for people that have gone from crowded muster drills to what is it? E-muster.
Mhm.
Now you can do it online. I love that. I love it, you know. Also, I looked at one of these big people. It was the big guy, Tony. Lalita Loca, is that him? Tony. I looked at his Prima. He did a Prima on just the food places, you know, the free food venue. And I said, I love it. I love it. Because that's all I'm interested in. Because I'm going to be in my cabin or I'm going to be following you guys. So it is what it is. And two of the kids have said, we don't want to go. So I said, okay, cool with us.
Orange Cone Vlog left a comment here. It says, all around the country and coast to coast, people always say, what do you like most? Now, I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast.
I do. I like toast. And the kids, man, what kind of toast did they make this evening?
Butter toast.
But they gave me.
Yes, they did.
Can we make some butter toast? Because we gave Hannah her own toaster oven, you know, so she can make butter toast, you know.
That's nice.
And so they said, can we make some butter toast? I said, yes, you can make some butter toast. So they made them some butter toast this evening.
After we finish murdering these folks, what do you think? Tacos? Yeah, tacos.
Tacos.
Mm.
You good, Eddie?
So this is what I wanted to say about the NCL check-in, right? So
Okay.
I did. So we were talking this morning, and Jeremy does not like the NCL check-in.
I do.
And I found. I mean, obviously, it's a little different, but I found it to be very pleasant, very intuitive, very straightforward. As far as putting the country code in, all I had to do was drop down that thing and choose US, and it just slapped it right in there for me. You know, like you had me thinking I was going to have to figure out which key makes the plus
Right.
the one.
No,
And
no,
everything
like
I had to do is drop that down and choose US. It slapped it in there. It was perfect. It was amazing. And I thought it was very straightforward, very easy,
He
and
is.
very pleasant.
but you had to do it every single time, though.
But that's
It's
okay.
like, can the bot not remember a one?
But it's okay.
I can tell you from the travel agent standpoint, Norwegian is the least sophisticated of all of the booking engines for travel agents. I mean, it's very cumbersome. It's very backwards. It's old.
Yes.
It's not very intuitive. And Norwegian is the only cruise line out there that does not offer telephone support for their travel agents. If you're a consumer and you're booking straight with, Norwegian, of course you can call them. But travel agents cannot call Norwegian to get support. All the other cruise lines have dedicated telephone personnel, what they call travel agent support, a dedicated group of people that just support travel agents. Norwegian does not. Sometimes, occasionally, you can chat with them. It's a very difficult conversation. It's a half duplex conversation. It's very difficult. You usually get nowhere with them. But yeah, otherwise, I thought the check-in process was very smooth and very easy. It was a pleasant surprise for me.
Well, Cruising on the High Season Travel just checked it. He said he's also talking with the chef on the Prima today, and he said there will be loads of butter toast just for Scott.
Mm.
All right. Hey, Najuma Brown has made it in. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures.
That is correct. And all right. We are all, nope, not yet. Maybe
Not
so.
all caught up yet?
Yeah, we are. We are caught up.
It seems like it's a perfect time for...
Yes. Uh-oh. Where? Who did it?
I don't know.
Listen, so I know there's been a lot of coverage of this, and we definitely didn't want to really kind of talk about this on the morning show, but there's not really too much to talk about it, other than what, because there's not a lot to know. about what has what has happened or what's been going on with this situation on the Margaritaville at Sea. However, they're trying to see where I have a there's a TikTok. There's a lawyer that deals with cruise line litigation. Because if you don't know this, you can only sue a cruise line no matter where, no matter what situation, no matter where you are, no matter what ship, no matter where on the planet you are. If you have to sue a cruise line for something, you can only sue them in Miami, Florida. In federal court in Miami, Florida, you can't sue them anywhere. That's the 11th Circuit District Court for the federal court system in Miami. You can only sue them there. There's a group of lawyers that specialize in just handling those cases. So I follow this one on TikTok. His name is Spencer Aaronfield. Seems like a really great guy. And I watch his TikToks all the time. So he has this TikTok. So he represents these ladies who were on Margaritaville at Sea. And I'm gonna play his TikTok here really quick, and then I have a bit of some other discussion that I want to talk about here. But so here's his TikTok. I'm gonna hopefully maybe put that up
TikTok.
here.
I'm sorry to report that I represent a 40-year-old mother and wife who claims to have been raped on board the Margaritaville of the Seas cruise ship. She claims that a crew member got a hold of her room key, came in the middle of the night, and impregnated her. This was done in the presence of her passenger roommate, who also claims to have been sexually assaulted. The crew member has pled guilty to having sexually assaulted her roommate. This woman went home, found out she was pregnant, had to terminate the pregnancy. She lives in one of those states that doesn't allow it, so she had to travel out of state and develop serious medical complications as a result of the abortion. We've now filed a lawsuit on her behalf against the cruise line. Under federal maritime law, cruise lines are responsible for the intentional acts of their crew members. There's no defense. If a crew member harms a passenger intentionally, this includes assault, sexual battery, and rape. I'll keep you up to date as this case progresses. It's in front of federal Judge Cannon, who's the same judge who's handling the Donald Trump classified documents case here in Florida. My name's Spencer Aaronfield.
So yeah, so in any event, so I was able to obtain the actual federal petition, the civil petition for a jury trial in this case. So I was gonna put that up here for everybody to look at. So this is from the 11th Circuit Federal Court. This is, as you can see, Margaritaville at Sea is not really Margaritaville at Sea. It's, this is what the cruise lines do. They have, these thousands of shell companies and stuff like that so that they can try to shield themselves from liability of everything. And so as you can see here, they are Classica Cruise Operators Limited, Inc. So, and of course, the plaintiff's information has not been disclosed. So this is the actual federal docket, that was filed in the 11th District Court. There's not a lot of information in here, but I did want to, go down here to the kind of the what they call the initial complaint or whatever. So these are the common allegations here. As you can see that. I'll leave it up on here for everybody to read here, but you can see here it says at all material times, Jane Doe was a fare-paying passenger on board the Margaritaville at Sea. She on the evening of May 5th, her and her cabin mate, who also I believe has a separate lawsuit on herself, they purchased an alcohol package on board. And to do so, it required them to charge the beverages to their cabin. So therefore, they had to hand their key cards or their, SeaPass cards over to the bartender every time they wanted to get a drink. So it says here, after purchasing and consuming alcoholic beverages on board Jane Doe and her cabin mate returned to their shared cabin later that night as Jane Doe and HB slept. Classica's crew member entered and their shared cabin and raped Jane Doe. As a result, Jane Doe became pregnant and was forced to terminate the pregnancy, from which she had then suffered serious complications. As a result, as a further direct and proximate result of the subject incident, Jane Doe was injured in and about her body and extremities, suffered physical, emotional, psychological pain and embarrassment, humiliation, sustained mental anguish, emotional and psychological pain, suffering, aggravation, activation of pre-existing conditions, sustained disability, and an inability to lead a normal life. She has incurred expenses in medical, mental health treatments and counseling, will continue to do so into the future, blah, 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 blah. This is kind of like, standard language for this kind of stuff. So yeah, so I think it's, I think it's kind of interesting that, furthermore, that the crew member has actually just flat out admitted it, pled guilty to it, said, yes, I absolutely did this. So it really seems like it's an open and shut case against Margaritaville at Sea. So we'll just have to see what ends up happening with the whole case. But, I think it's just, it makes you, it makes you think about whether or not you should be, whether or not you should really feel like if you're going on a cruise ship that somehow you're shielded from all of the, things. I mean, things happen. This is just my opinion. This is my take on things, right? Things happen in life. You get behind the car, you get down the road, things happen, right? It just does, right? And, and I know a lot of us think when we go on a cruise ship, it's just all fun and this and that and everything else. But, again, I don't think the cruise lines or the cruise ships or the cruise environments are necessarily shielded from everyday, situations. And, we have to follow the case and see what ends up happening with it all or whatever. But it is, in my opinion, it should not in any way, shape, or form affect whether or not you decide to go on a cruise. But it is, definitely something for you to consider. And, I've been on that cruise, and it is very easy to be overserved on that cruise. It's a very short cruise. It's literally about a day and a half long till, the whole thing gets going and then comes back. So, just kind of curious what everybody else thinks about it or whatever, how you feel about it, whether or not you think it would affect whether or not you would go on either a cruise in general or on a Margaritaville at Sea cruise. So
for me, I wouldn't. It depends. It doesn't depend, because so much has been happening on different cruise lines that I personally, as a woman, wouldn't travel by myself. But then I wonder what made the roommate sit there and not go pick up and call 911, or because that's what you call on NCL.
Yes,
right. We learned that today.
Yeah, but I'm serious. I don't think I would travel on certain ones, like Virgin Voyage. I wouldn't travel by myself. Margaritaville, I wouldn't travel by myself. But because I've traveled on Carnival, okay, I would travel on NCL. I would do Royal Caribbean, certain cruise lines I would. But then these up and coming Fast and Furious cruises, I wouldn't travel by myself. As a woman, I wouldn't do it. I don't know.
Yep.
Wouldn't do it. But you would, huh?
But then again, I don't drink. I have to have awareness all around me, and I don't know that I would sleep that hard.
I don't know if I would sleep that hard either,
I
but I
wouldn't
wouldn't
sleep
put
that hard.
myself in that position.
Right.
You know, me and Wendy, my daughter, we travel all the time together, but I wouldn't put her in danger,
Mhm.
nor myself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Well, when I was on Margaritaville at Sea, I purchased the drink package. I was given a bracelet
Mhm.
that that had a little card on it, and they could scan it for my drinks.
Mhm.
So I never had to give anybody my SeaPass card.
Right.
Okay.
You know, and that's the other side of it too. You know, there's a little bit of a personal responsibility there. I think. You know, you're handing your card over. Maybe don't get too drunk so that you know, leave your card.
Yeah.
So maybe make sure that when the bartender takes your card to do whatever they're doing with it, they give it back to you.
Yep.
You know, things like that. I mean, now I'm not certainly saying that it was her fault. Just
No.
because she didn't get her card back from the, you know, bartender doesn't mean that she should have had to experience that unbelievable situation.
Right.
But there just is there is, you know, to wherever it extends to, there is a certain level of personal responsibility that everybody needs to take, no matter what they're doing, whether on the cruise ship or not, right? You know, and I too am, you know, left wondering, you know, there's a bunch of other stuff too, you know, and this is probably a more appropriate forum to talk about it than our morning show. But, you know, one of the things that I was thinking about was, you know, she had to travel outside of the state to have an abortion because apparently she got pregnant during this, you know, this situation. And I really felt like, and the court document goes on to explain that they did not get a DNA test of the aborted fetus. So and she's married. So it's going to be a really difficult time for them to prove that the child actually belonged to the crew member. So could cause some complications for them, you know, in that whole situation or whatever. But
absolutely.
And if the cruise lines were really about, you know, being upstanding companies that would just said, you know what, you know, you're right. We are at fault. We're really sorry about it. Let us make this right for you. You know,
let's pay you out.
Right. We want you, you know, we're sorry this situation happened. We want you to have a great time, this, that, or whatever. Then they wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't have a million shell companies that their ships belong to and this and that and everything else. They wouldn't have this entire structure if that was the case. So, and they wouldn't have lobbied really hard to make sure that the only place you can sue them is a single court in front of a single judge, in a single location on the entire planet.
That's right. That's so right.
Yep.
And it's been like that for a long time.
Some more people came in, traveling with Tinkerbell.
Hey, Jackie.
Let's see. And John O'Bannon, welcome in.
Welcome. Howdy.
Sound like you from Texas? Texas. Adventures with Roxanne has made it in. Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
And I think I saw another one.
Yeah, look, it's our homie, Jeremy Farino.
Welcome to the Target of our adventures.
Hello, Jeremy. Jeremy. Are we going to get copyrighted?
Jeremy's getting ready to go on what I think is going to be an amazing Panama Canal cruise.
Oh, I don't want to talk. Is he coming by Texas to pick me up?
Would you do MSC by yourself?
Yes, I would do the yacht club.
Listen, Rob, I wish I could have a sound for everybody, but I would need like an entire wall.
I know, right? Okay. Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good evening.
What's up?
Hey, Scott.
Holland America?
Yeah, I would go in Holland America by myself. Not saying the top of the lines something wouldn't happen, but I'm just saying I would have a better chance of nothing happening on if I pay more to get on the cruise.
Cruising with Keith asked the question, do those doors have a latch in the stateroom that would lock the crew members out if you used it? You know,
Well,
after
I honestly can't remember about my Margaritaville cruise. I can't remember. I do have some video footage of it. I'll go back and look at it and see, because it should, camera angle should reveal that. I know on most of the cruise ships that I'm on, there is that second lock, you know, that, you know, most hotel rooms have that as well. You know, you turn that extra lock and it's supposed to then not allow that any key card access, you know, if that's on.
Hey, Bruce made it in Ocean Travel.
Hello, Bruce.
Hi, Ben.
What's up?
Alice asked a question, and unfortunately, the lawsuit does not indicate whether she reported the rape before getting off the ship.
No, so that's the problem with it. So there is only, you know, it's just the initial filing. So there will be amendments to that docket. And now that I have access to that through the PACER federal filing system, as a representative of the media, I will continue to download those amendments and bring the information to everybody.
Nice. Kathy Mills says, as on land, you should be aware of your surroundings at all times and not overdrink. This is not a cruise ship. This is not a cruise ship issue to me. If you have your wits about you, then you would keep better tabs on your card.
And I agree with her. That's what I'm saying. You know,
and I do, and I agree with that as well. But I think to myself, you know, go ahead, Eddie.
This is my opinion. Nobody else is in the panel. Nobody else in the chat. I really strongly feel there's more to the story. Some things are not quite detailed like they did happen. There's more to it than just you know, an encounter. And something doesn't smell right. I feel that's why they asking for so little. So the company will say, okay, 75,000 here, let's get it over with.
Right.
So, but there's something else going on.
I mean, that's definitely possible. So.
Cruiser McKee says, I always double lock the door.
Me too.
It's like when you're in a hotel room or something like that. Do you
So I actually thought about bringing. There was another story I saw the other day. I thought about bringing it to the morning show news segment, but I did not. But it was basically a woman who travels solo. She's married, she has children, but she travels solo a lot on cruise ships. And she had like a whole video of the things that she does to her cabin.
Oh yeah.
Try to kind of secure it.
That's
and one of the things I noticed that she had was she had a hanger and something else that went around the doorknob, like around the, you know, like the lever for the door handle. She had it around that and it went over and it kind of hooked on to the bathroom door and stuff like that too, to try to help secure it or whatever. My wife purchased some type of gadget. My daughter travels a lot for business. Well, she used to in her the previous company that she worked for. She doesn't travel as much now, but she does travel sometimes. So we purchased this thing for her. It's one of these, you know, it's like a commercially available product, but it's for like hotel rooms, and it's, you know, it's about this big or so. You put it in the door, like where the latch is or whatever, and then there's like a pin on it or something like that. It just makes it impossible to get the door open, even if somebody is able to get in. Even if somebody had your key, you couldn't get the door open. Makes it completely secure. I think we paid only about $30 for it. I think it's an investment for anybody.
Yeah, right. Sounds good.
And CNS Travel made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Darkest year of our adventures.
And everybody is speaking. Jeremy Farino.
I know I'm horrible about keeping up with the chat. I'm so sorry.
A round trip that I don't have to fly to. The best kind of cruise.
Oh, you know it.
Yep.
Are you coming by Texas, by way of Texas?
No. I think I think, again, I don't know this for sure, just, you know, because, you know, I have too much useless information stuck in my brain already, but I think he's leaving from Tampa. He's definitely cruising on Carnival. I think he's leaving from Tampa. It's just you know, it's a partial transit through the canal. So I remember when he booked it with me, I was very jealous.
I know, right? Scrow's Nest has made it in. Good evening. And you get this right here. Again, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Rambling with the Brums have made it in. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, howdy, folks. Should be sleeping, but wide awake. We fly out in the morning to board the Celebration Sun.
Nice.
Okay, so he's leaving from Baltimore. Oops, sorry.
I know, right?
No, you're not.
Joe Hupp has made it in. Hello. Welcome.
Hey.
What's up?
Hi. All the way from Australia.
Emily, always lock your door, no matter where. Hotel, ship, even a motel.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even at home.
At home. Yeah, that would be good.
I now that we saying that I scared the living pants out of Alice one time. At the time I was down in the house in Chester, Virginia, and I sneak up and went to Brooklyn for the weekend. And she was inspecting me. I got there very late, like 11:30, maybe midnight. By the time I finally made it back to the apartment in Brooklyn, and I came in quietly because I didn't want to disturb her. And I walked in the room and I put a little flashlight on. Have you ever heard this woman scream before? She was out like a light, and I come in and all I got to do is lit her with a little flashlight.
Uh-huh.
She started screaming and got up like she was gonna punch me. And I'm like, no, it's me. I never do that again. Oh,
Nope.
you could have easily shot
I
me.
was like that at 3 a.m. when my iPhone flashlight around looking at the ship because it was creaking on the Celebration.
Woke me up, and
I
I
did.
wanted to just hit him in the throat.
Yep.
my wife and I take turns at scaring the crap out of each other.
Oh man.
I do him all the
You
time.
got to put that on another like TikTok. A TikToker that I follow.
And this is one thing I can tell you, right? She is completely fine with scaring the shit out of me, but not the other way around.
Oh,
I scare him all the time.
that's too bad.
I'll scream out loud.
In the middle of the night.
I will. He said, "What's?" Just checking if you were
Yep.
asleep or not.
Oh,
You got to
that's
check.
raw.
Yeah.
You got to check the strength of the ticker. Make sure it's working really well.
One time,
Do that to me.
Elijah thought he had a spider on his blanket,
Yeah.
and he came in the middle of the night, and I was asleep, but he woke up screaming like I don't know what.
Because Elijah's jumping up and down on the bed on her pillow up there by her head, screaming, "There's a spider in my blanket."
Right. And oh my God, I thought I was gonna die laughing.
Is that like a snake in your boot?
No, and he's holding the blanket.
Right.
What a-
And
I'm
he,
like, why would you bring that in here, man?
he and
But
Elijah,
he was 4. And so
Yeah, he was
I'm like,
4.
yeah.
he and Elijah were both screaming at the same time. And I said, if y'all don't stop that noise.
Yep. Cruising with Keith says, I take one step away. My wife wakes up and she hears everything.
Mhm.
Yep. Emily says, I'm like that too. I can hear everything.
I can hear everything
Yep. And I hate spiders.
except for the alarm clock. I can't
Yes,
hear
we don't hear the alarm clock.
at
Oh, the
all.
phone's calling.
Alexa goes
Texas
off.
say, yeah, meet me here.
Danny D says, my little bro scared my dad yesterday. Dad was coming up the stairs from the basement, and little bro opened the basement door, and my dad screamed from being scared. My goodness.
That's Rob.
I know. Rob?
No, Rob.
Yeah,
Rob,
we're in the middle of a show, good sir.
Eat some Timbits, man.
Hey,
right here.
Orange Cone says Jeremy was ready to get the flamethrower out for the spider.
Yes, I'm
I
telling
know,
you.
man.
I'm telling you, if you could have seen that, it's still funny.
It was.
Imagine him and Elijah
I'm
standing up in the bed screaming.
I'm gonna pin that one.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, Jeremy, what are you, like 7-footer and screaming like a kid?
No, I'm
He's screaming like,
I know.
hey.
Hey,
I mean, Jeremy is tall, but he's not tall.
I'm 6'1". I'm not that tall.
he's
And
a-
what does height have to do with fear?
it does a lot.
He was scared, y'all.
What would you be screaming like that? You know?
He was screaming. He was up in the bed, standing up in the bed, and Elijah was at the foot of the bed.
No, he was up there by our head screaming.
Ah!
He was up there
He
by our
talking
head,
about-
jumping up and down on your pillow.
He talking about, I thought it was
Yeah.
somebody in the house.
Look at Tammy. My husband announces himself every time he enters a room.
Hello,
I have arrived.
Yeah.
honey, I'm home.
I will shake my keys like when I'm walking through
Yeah.
the house and I'm walking up on her. I know to make some kind of noise
I
Yeah.
just
because
this is the only thing I have to say about that, Tam.
This is dumb and weird.
Ouch.
Yeah, he does. He'll shake his thing. Not
You
God.
shake what thing?
No.
Hmm?
keys,
Keys.
Oh, okay.
keys that make
Hey.
noise.
Make
Now-
another reference.
Now,
to it.
Emily, I did say that. However, the flip side of that is I am scared of heights.
Yeah,
So go
he's-
figure that one out.
Yeah, he's very
With
Yeah,
some
me being
Ross?
tall. Me being tall has nothing to do with my fear of spiders, my fear of bears, or anything like that. My being tall is just the way that I'm made. And oh, wait a minute, hold on. Jennifer says Jeremy and Tony are tall. Andrew is 5'9" and look like a child next to him. Oh wow. Yep. I am afraid of heights too. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Mike is scared of heights.
He's afraid of Rihanna. That's what it is.
I am
That's
so
why Rihanna
Emmy
beats the living
says
crap out of him with the ball.
I have to tell you about the refrigerator incident sometime.
okay.
Oh, believe me, if Scott,
I don't
fell
even think
down
I
with
know
the
about that
crown,
one.
I want to know about that one.
I
Yes.
don't think I even know about that one.
Yeah, orange cone, bison bear spray.
He
Gotta
wouldn't know
help
how to do it. He'll spray
Can't
himself.
fly with it.
He'll spray himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So here's the thing, Emily. When I fly, I sit in a aisle seat every single time, zero exceptions. And the reason why I do that is because quite a long time ago, I was sitting in a window seat. I used to love the window seat, used to film things like that or ever take pictures and just loved it, right?
Mhm.
One time I was sitting in a window seat, I had to get up to use the restroom, and I asked the woman on the aisle if she decided that she just basically ignored me for a moment. And then she looked at me and said, when I finish this chapter, I'll get up and lay you out. And I just decided never again will I be in a situation where somebody like that can control my bodily functions.
Right.
So I am the one that sits on the aisle now and decides whether or not the middle and the window seat get up. And that is always a how fast can I get up out of the seat to let you go and do whatever you need to do.
Right.
Well,
That is a responsible thing to do.
let me tell you
Oh
about
man.
me.
Look at Cruising with Keith. I might have ripped the book in half.
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, I would hit
You love the ball.
rope.
That was only that particular situation was only overshadowed by an incident where there was a child kicking the back of my seat continuously nonstop for over an hour. And when after the hour had come and gone, and I turned around and I looked at his mother and I said, "Are you really just going to sit there while your son kicks my chair for another hour?"
Yep.
And she was reading a book. And after a moment, she looked at me out of the top of her glasses, then looked at her son and said, "Honey, please stop kicking the rude man's chair."
Oh, I would have had words. You know, I would have, right?
I know.
So
I can't be quiet.
yeah. So, this is the unfortunate reality of travel or something.
Yeah, travel. You get to meet all different kinds when traveling from place to place.
And he doesn't have the window seat nor the aisle seat. He's
Nope,
in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
He's in the middle, as tall as he is, because he's scared of heights. I have the window, and whoever else is on the side of him have the aisle, but he cannot. No.
Somebody's fixing a drink in there.
Oh, that's,
Somewhere.
Yeah,
that's Hannah.
It's Hannah.
Oh, I thought it was pancake time.
Oh no.
Somebody's gonna make a low pour. Oh,
Yeah, look,
okay.
We got a casualty. It sounded like a magnet.
Right through it.
Okay, Tammy has a question as a follow-up to your story. Well, were you being a PETA on that flight?
Oh.
I mean, how can you be a PETA when you just say, "Hey, listen, I have to piss. Will you let me out, please?"
No, talk about kicking on the chair.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Were you being a PETA on the flight?
Well, I don't know.
I would have said something too, Scott. You know that.
I was just sitting there, but when I have a very strict regiment when I get on a plane. I get on a plane, I put the Bose, noise canceling headphones around my neck. I get my tablet out, put it in the seat back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have everything ready to go. When we reach 10,000 feet and that thing goes off, I break it out and I got a movie ready to go and I watch it and I just leave everybody alone and pay it, and mind my own business. And if the people next to me have to get out, I'm like right up and let them out, right? When somebody comes by and says, "Is somebody sitting in that seat?" I don't say yes, even though there isn't. So that they keep on going, right? A lot of people do that. I don't do that, right? So I'm just saying. So I don't know how you can be a PETA in that situation.
Do you buy an extra seat next to you, Scott?
No, but you know what? Beth and I have this thing when we go on. My wife and I have this thing when we go on Southwest, right? When we go in Southwest, I sit on the aisle and she sits in the middle. She sits in the middle seat sometimes and she like bends over and looks out the window like for a really long time, right? And then other times she will sit on the aisle. I mean, I'll sit on the aisle, she'll sit on the window because nobody wants the middle seat.
Nobody.
Right? So she will sit there so that nobody takes our middle seat. And then even though they're saying this is a full flight, every seat will be taken. Absolutely. People, when you're getting on board, the first available seat, please take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The one time, which was recently, that she did not do that. This person had gone and sat in the middle seat in the row right behind us. But then she had moved from the window to the middle seat, and he saw the window was open. He was like, "Oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go take that window seat." I was like, "Oh man!" Well, we could have had to row ourselves.
Emily says, for my long flight from Taiwan to the Philippines, I had the aisle seat, and some guy stepped over me. I tried to get up, but he gestured for me to stay. So I don't know. LOL.
So I've only had two really positive experiences on a plane, and one was when my son was really little, and he was in the middle seat, I was in the aisle seat, a guy was in the window seat, and he was so nice. He actually stuck a DVD in his laptop. This is before tablets. Stuck a DVD in his laptop of Star Wars, and had a headphone jack splitter. And let my son plug his headphones in and watch Star Wars the entire way home. He was an incredible, amazing human being. I wish I knew who he was so I could thank him. And another time when I was coming back from Orlando, we actually had the absolute, immeasurable pleasure of sitting next to the guy the author of the book that was later used by Tom Hanks and HBO to create the series called From the Earth to the Moon. We sat next to the author who wrote From the Earth to the Moon. Nice. He had just been at Cape Canaveral consulting with NASA on some things, and he was flying back to New England on our flight to Philadelphia and from Orlando. and we were delayed because of snow, and there was a nor'easter hitting at the time, so we were delayed. We had extra time on the plane to speak with him. He was an incredible person to sit and talk to, really friendly, really nice. I'll never forget the experience for as long as I live.
Elizabeth says, yes, I totally messed up last time.
Yes, you did, and then we had to deal with that.
Mm.
I had an experience like that in Chicago Midway. We landed, look for my next gate. We get in the plane ready to go. This kid next to me decides to go up in the overhead and pull out his backpack. He can't handle it. He lets it drop. As at the same time that I see him doing that, I happen to look up, and the backpack hit me right square in the face.
Oh,
knocked me out. They had to come in and pull me out of the flight because I thought I had a concussion. He was carrying an Xbox inside the backpack, and when he let it go, the side of the box hit me on the forehead.
Oh,
and I mean, I lost my flight. They brought me out. They fed me and everything. The ladies from Southwest, they fed me and everything, and they gave me keeping an eye on me throughout the whole 2 hours for the next flight. Going from Chicago, I think I was going to New York, and I was cleared to fly because I was doing fine. But it's been one of my rough experiences. Another time, I got stuck in Denver overnight, and I had to sleep underneath the seats till 6 a.m. That I was open for me to fly to New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happily Ever Yaddy has made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Hey, Yaddy.
And Anthony on the move. I'm flying Southwest for the first time in March. New experience with unassigned seats. And you know what?
We love it.
We love it. And the fact that they do 2 free bags per passenger. Yeah. We love it even more.
Yes.
So yes, Southwest, and plus their seats are like mid-sized seats. They're not the really thin. What was that other airline? American.
Yeah.
Nor are they big. The big wide like Delta seats, but they're kind of like right there in the middle, if you will. It's comfortable.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eddie.
If he wants to get on the A section, which is the first one, the night before at midnight, make sure you're ready to hit it.
Hit that button.
I can see it. Otherwise, if you let it go, you might end up on the C area. That's way in the back, and you might end up in the middle seat.
Or you can buy the early bird for $20 to $25, depending on that, and that will definitely guarantee you an A boarding position. So,
or you can use your cane.
So, for me, where I live, we have a really small airport. It only has 9 gates, right? So, but they somehow managed to get a nonstop direct flight 4 days a week from my airport straight to Orlando. And it's on Frontier though, right? So it's Frontier Airlines, and I never fly them. I almost always fly Southwest. Sometimes I fly United and American, but we fly Southwest the majority of the time that we fly. And this particular time, I'm going to Orlando on Sunday. I decided I would make it really easy and convenient for my son and I to fly down there. So we're flying from our airport on Frontier, and I cannot tell you how many ways I am regretting booking this flight already, and I haven't even gotten on it yet.
Right.
For starters, Frontier very quietly reduced their checked bag weight from the standard 50 pounds that every airline offers to 40. To 40.
Mm-hmm.
And the carry-on and checked the personal item and the carry-on are very strictly regulated. They make you kind of, measure them. Like that. I have had to completely do my entire normal, like traveling setup. I've had to bury my laptop in my carry-on and everything else. I mean, it's just a total nightmare. There will never be a day in the future when this option to fly from an airport that's only about 10 or 15 minutes away from my house versus a drive for an hour to Baltimore or an hour and a half to the Washington airports. There will never be a day when I will consider this ever again. And at this point, I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping I survive the experience this particular time, because I am past the point of no return on it. So.
I know. And I booked Wendy on the family cruise on Frontier. And I think it was 40 pounds. That's how I knew it was 40 pounds, because they did 40 pounds for her. Yep. And I know how she packs. She overpacks more than I do. And I didn't tell her. And I knew she was going to buy some stuff to come back from the cruise.
Yep.
I didn't say anything. But when she got back, she didn't say anything, but they did. I wouldn't. Frontier and Spirit, I would never.
Yeah, I mean, like I would never either. But unfortunately, I just thought, we'll make it work. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, like I said, I've had to redo everything. I'm hoping that we survive it. We're never doing it again under any circumstance ever.
I think you just now said the magic words. Will make it work.
Yeah.
That sounds that just sounds toiling right there.
I know. I think to myself, an entire airline that has created its policies and its procedures and everything around trying to make it difficult for you to use their service and hoping that they can trip you up in a moment, in a situation where you have no choice but to then fork over insane amounts of money for them in order, because you're at the point where you have no choice but to give them the crazy amount of money
for bags and seats.
Yeah, I'm just never going to do it again. And I hope we survive this situation. I hope we survive there and everything else. We are packing a little bit lighter because we're staying in a really fabulous Marriott resort in Orlando, complete with a full-size washer and dryer. So we'll be able to do laundry and things like that. So we'll be able to, so we're packing lighter. But for me, I travel with a lot of technology, and it's just the way I am. It's just me. It's the way I travel. I travel with a lot of technology. Technology tends to weigh a bit more than clothing sometimes. Yep. So that's where I'm really getting tripped up with, rethinking everything.
Jeremy left a heartwarming story here. I was watching, I think it was Kung Fu Panda on a flight. The kid was watching it across the aisle in one row behind me. I turned on the subtitles for him. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's really great.
Yeah. Boom. And let's see. Lay on the Cruising with Keith says, lay on the floor and act dead. After that, get some free. Oh my God. That's terrible. Tammy says, I didn't like flying backwards though.
Oh, on Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I really like Southwest a lot, right? So I really like Southwest a lot. I have a Southwest credit card. My wife has a Southwest credit card. My wife has a slightly different Southwest credit card. We actually get upgraded to
oh my God.
to positions between 1 and 15, quite often because of that and stuff like that. So, I really like flying Southwest a lot. So
we get to go on first. Ha ha ha.
Yep. As soon as we walk in the airport, the cane, it leads the way into the door. And then they're all like, hey, you want a wheelchair? Because they got these porters that their only job is to wheel you across the whole entire airport at breakneck speed. Right. Okay, these people can outwalk me, and I'm a pretty fast walker. I really am. As baby, I take off on her all the time.
All the time.
But these guys do this for a living, so it's like they're used to the fast walk. Couldn't keep up. So then there's like this little rack up underneath the wheelchair where I could put one of the bags. Well, the dude took off and the rack was not used. So here I am with both of our huge bags trying to keep up. And
I get on the airplane first.
Yes, she does.
After the kid.
That's
People
how you
with
get priority without.
2 and under kids.
Yeah.
Then I go.
And then look, it says Scrow's Nest says, Scott, my wife and I do the same thing on Southwest. If it looks like we're going to have to surrender the middle seat, then we start looking at the sizes of the remaining.
Oh, I always do that. Scrow's Nest. I do that. I do that. I don't want to be sitting on the road with 2 tall people, or I just because 2, he's enough to sit on the aisle with, on the row with.
Oh yeah, our chairs are like this here that we're sitting in right now. Mine is lower, but I wanted our faces to line up on camera. But my chair is slightly lower than hers.
Very low.
Cruz McKee says, I like JetBlue.
I've never done JetBlue.
Never
my
done
sister does.
JetBlue either.
My sister.
So I have flown JetBlue quite a few times, but not for a while. Pretty nice airline. They partnered with American now, so it's a very similar experience. So
Cruz, Rob, I think we all agree that Frontier and Spirit are our least favorite airlines.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So here's the thing, Jeremy, right? For most of my younger life, I flew United, right? And I'm saying that to you because I know you are a United flyer too. So I flew United. I loved United. And when my kids were little, we used to go to Disney World like 2 or 3 times a year. And we always flew United from Dulles. And we just had a great time on United all the time. And I am flying United at the end of this month down to Galveston to get on the Norwegian Prima. I'm flying United from Philadelphia down to Galveston and from Galveston back to Newark. Because 2 days after I get off of the Prima, I will be getting on MSC Maravilla for the Yacht Club experience with my wife. So my wife will be driving up to Newark, New Jersey to pick me up there on my way back from Galveston. So I am looking forward to kind of being on a normal airline. They'll be like, oh, wow, this is what, oh, I forgot about this. Or, hey, this is great to be on a normal airline again. But I think Southwest has pretty much normalized for me. I really like Southwest a lot. And even though it is a discount or no frills airline, I really feel like it's not in the same. It is a step above Frontier and Spirit.
Right.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, the curbside check-in is really cool because if you arrive at the airport too early, on some airlines, they will not let you do it. Okay. Right. At all. It's like you got to drag your bag around this whole airport until a certain time, but not with Southwest. If you go to the outside and use the outside check-in counter, you can do it hours ahead. Hours. It's really cool. Elizabeth says, but the best trip is when you get back to your car at the airport and it won't start.
Yeah, but you know what? That parking guy, this guy came along that works for the airline or works for the airport in a truck. He came along and within like 5 minutes and jumped us and we got home.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Emily says, I love JetBlue. And Keith up here says, I feel the seats are good for tall and heavy people like myself. See, that's why I like Delta. Delta has those big butt seats in them. Like if you got a kadonkadonk, those seats are huge. Yeah, they really are. I felt like I was in a recliner or something on that plane.
But you don't get the TV. See, that's the only thing.
Right.
You don't get you forego the TV when you sit in.
When you sit on the front row, you don't have the big old screens that everybody behind you, like literally every other seat has. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey, those seats are good. I love it. And my flights right now.
I do the same thing with when I was flying Southwest when I was working retail. They were flying me out of LaGuardia on Southwest. But what I will do is, since I have the knee brace and the walker with me, the moment I showed up at the counter, they gave me the ticket that said priority boarding, and I was called in, ahead of time. So once I went to the gate, I showed them the board and said, "All right, just wait right here." And as soon as they said we're ready to go, I walked to the front. They brought me in. I was able to bring all the way into the plane by myself, sit down on everything, and then they start bringing the rest of the people. So it was, I couldn't complain about that. So every time. And I didn't have a TV on anything with me, but I carry my own DV player. So once I had set up, I got the whole team set up, and let's go.
Yep. Emily says, why does Southwest have seats that you have to fly backwards?
I don't know.
It's only the seats in the very front.
Mm-hmm.
It's only just the very front row. There's 3 seats. If you're on a Max 800 plane, it's only the front row on the right side or the starboard side of the, I don't know, do they call the right side of a plane the starboard side? But anyway, it's only on the right side of the plane, because on a Max 800, there's no bulkhead there on the left side where you walk onto the plane. It's just all open.
Mm-hmm.
I think those seats that are backwards, but only the steward sit there on the flights that I've been. The front row was what I usually sat, and it was comfortable with me.
Jeremy says Delta, never again.
Really?
Yep. Never again. It's right there. I thought it was
Delta's like the Cadillac of airlines, though.
I know. Like I've never been on, like Arab Emirates or Alaska Airlines or anything, but so far what I've flown is that Delta was the most comfortable.
We've done Delta, United,
and they had the best snacks.
What about Eastern?
See, now I used to think that JetBlue had the best snacks, right? Because JetBlue used to bring around a big basket. I mean, a big basket.
You were able to get 2 things.
Like 5 or 6 different types of snacks in there, and you could get like you thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to choose it? And the flight attendant was like, no, here, take one of each. I would
have loved that.
That's how JetBlue used to be. Now, again, I haven't been on JetBlue in a really long time, so I don't know if it's still like that.
Yep.
But that's how it used to be. So.
Oh, okay, Jeremy, that wasn't the question. It was the big names that would be on low cost carrier.
I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, Cruise with Key says my Southwest flight to Tampa the day before Thanksgiving was around 75% full, and only one person sat in my row. I know that's right.
I would love that.
That would have been cool.
That would have been amazing.
Yep. Keith, did you have the window?
I would have had the window with my feet in the seat.
I was looking for the big names like American Airlines, Delta, and United. Okay, United.
We like United.
We like United.
Yeah, I like United. So.
United is now with Continental Mix. They're
American was the first plane that I ever took on my way to boot camp. And I don't know if it was because of where I ended up and the punishment that I endured for the next 2 months, but I try to steer clear of American. Another reason is I booked us on an American smaller plane where they walked us out. Okay, I don't know if you ever been to where was that? Miami. At the end, the very, very end of the terminal, you just go down to ground level and you're sitting in this super huge area. And we walked out on the tarmac to get on the plane.
And I said, what did American Airlines do for me to have to walk out in this hot sun?
Yeah.
Little did I know.
I felt like I was in Beirut or something. I'm looking around like, whoa, this is not
little did
normal.
I know this man of mine,
The travel agent, the big guy,
put me on a crop duster American Airlines.
No,
we did.
I
yeah.
complained
I didn't know.
the entire trip back to Texas.
It was what do you call it? American
Eagle.
American
Yeah,
Eagle.
I was
plane.
so oh my. He can never book another flight. He's not booked another flight.
Yeah, I'm on booking flight restriction.
Yes, I tell you,
Yep.
I was. What the heck is this? I'm having to walk
Yep.
outside in
On
the
the tarmac.
sun to a plane.
I've been there.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't like it. I don't know about you. I hate
From Miami to fly to Puerto Rico.
it. Really?
I don't those. Yeah.
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
No, never again.
Jeremy says Elizabeth BWI has the rescue rangers in the lot. I found that out after 4 weeks in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, he was there in like 5 minutes. He was like super friendly, super nice. He jumped us and we got out of there.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, the battery was 6 years old. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Also, my stepdad used to drive the parking lot vans where, you know, you get in the van.
The shuttle service.
The shuttle services, and they have them. They have jump packs in the shuttles.
let me tell you about this experience, right? Like one time Beth was,
American.
my wife was so excited to find these first class tickets on American
Mm-hmm.
that were really reasonably priced.
Right.
So excited. We were flying from Reagan, which is an American hub. It used to be a US Air hub, but you know, American and US Air merged. So we were flying from Reagan National Airport in Washington. She was super excited. It was, you know, first class. Can't wait. Get on. We booked the second row in first class. There's only like 3 or 4 rows in first class. We booked the second row. Last minute, this family of 4 come in, right? We're on the right side of the plane. Mom and daughter sit on the left side of the plane. Dad and son sit on the right side of the plane in front of us. Dad could not sit still for 5 minutes. He kept jumping up and jumping down. It was this and that and everything else. And the son kept looking back at us between the seats and stuff like that or whatever and making faces at us. And, and it was fine. That in itself wasn't that big of a deal, right?
Right.
The fact that we were in these massive seats, right? Super comfortable. We were ready for this, like, you know, like amazing experience. And instead, these people just annoyed the fucking shit out of us, right?
Right.
And turns out the dad, was friends with the captain. And the flight attendant up there knew it. So the flight attendant ignored everybody in first class.
Yep.
And just literally spent the entire flight speaking to this guy because he's a friend of the captain, right? And then when we got up, we were leaving. And she was like, I hope you enjoyed your experience. I said, we actually didn't. I was like, because of those freaking people. I was like, and because how you ignored everybody and their needs in first class so that you could attend to the captain's friend. Right. And you know what? She looked at me and she was like, oh, sir, it's a holiday. You should relax. You know what the holiday was? Flag Day. You know, it was like some ridiculous holiday. It's not like it was like, you know, like the holiday of like, you know, forgiveness or something like that or whatever. Terrible experience, right? It was like the most horrible experience in the world. And we thought to ourselves, you know, it was our luck that our first class experience on an airplane, we were completely robbed.
Well, we have an equally great experience every time we fly Southwest. The person making the announcements cuts the joke. You know, it's a really good flight experience every single time. And then we've only deviated, you know, with American Eagle, United, Delta, and I've never got on any other type of flight. So Delta overall was the most comfortable, at least, and they had the best snacks.
Well, and you know what? And just so I don't know if you know this or not, but American completely did away with their first class since,
Yeah.
right? American does not have first class on any other flights anymore for any reason at all.
Mhm.
They're all gone now. So,
Yep.
but in any event, so Keith, I do the same thing. I will drive hundreds of miles to a different airport if there is not a decent or adequate direct flight for me from the one that I prefer.
Right. Mark the Shark has made it in. Aloha. What's up? What's up? What's
Hello,
up?
Mark.
Mr. 801.
Jeremy says Harrisburg to Detroit. Could they find a smaller plane? Yes, Scott. After years on United, I'm spoiled.
I know. Like I said, I flew United all the time. I really loved United. And I just stopped flying them just because Southwest, we get to pick somebody, right? Like now listen, my wallet is full of airline credit cards. Okay. United, Southwest, American, everybody, Delta, Sky Miles, Amex and stuff like that. Right. But you have to pick somebody to be loyal to and try to build, some, decent rewards in. So I just kind of hitched my wagon to Southwest.
Yep. Emily says JetBlue had a cabinet full of chocolate chip granola bars, and some of them raided the closet.
Nice.
Cruise with Keith. Yep. The aisle. Give me more leg room. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. The more I got, the better. But then I got this super big tech backpack in front of me, and that's where my feet need to go.
So here's the thing. I still wear masks on planes. I very rarely wear a mask anywhere else now, but I still wear a mask on a plane and through the entire airport, right? Until I am out and in that rental car, I've got a mask on.
Right.
So snacks for me are still out. So, when they come around and say, do you want something to drink or, peanuts, things like that or whatever, I just kind of ignore them.
Oh, no, not me. Yep. Jeremy says, not so much United, but Star Alliance. I started on Air Canada until they stopped flying from Harrisburg.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, but here's the problem. I mean, Jeremy, he can attest to this. This is the problem with flying from here. Jeremy loves to fly from Harrisburg, right? Which is fine, there's no problem. The problem with flying from Harrisburg is there's 9 gates and there's 5 flights a day, right?
Really?
So if anything happens to your flight, you're screwed. That's why I'm really worried about this, snowstorm we're getting. Because if anything happens to your flight, you're not flying. Because there's no other flights. If you're in a bigger airport like Baltimore or Washington or whatever, Philadelphia even, they'll just bump you to the next flight, right? No. Harrisburg, you're done. Go home, come back tomorrow, maybe or something like that, right?
Right.
So that's kind of the problem with flying from Harrisburg. But he loves to fly from Harrisburg, and he's actually had, some problems. I was right before I'll give you an example. Right before my nightmare, right before the best, most amazing cruise experience I ever had on the Carnival Magic in Norfolk, Virginia.
That was the worst experience.
I spent a week in Williamsburg, Virginia, which is about an hour away. And I was vlogging in Colonial Williamsburg. And right in the middle of the vlog, my phone rings. And it's my amazing client, Jeremy, and he calls me to tell me our flight from Harrisburg to Newark is delayed. And what should I do? So it's kind of like, here's the end result was he ended up going home.
Wow.
And coming back to the airport another day to fly. So that's the problem with flying from Harrisburg. I tell my clients all the time, fly from Harrisburg if you like. Just understand that if absolutely anything goes wrong, you are not flying that day because there will be no other flights to put you on.
Man.
Yep. Cruiser with Keith says, one thing I liked about Southwest is they don't have the food or drink cart, so I could put my leg out without it getting ran over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now he's tall.
Emily still wears a mask. mask in grocery stores. Everyone is in them, and I wore a mask for all 3 flights to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like here's the thing. I look in the store, and if it looks like it's got a decent amount of people in it, I wear a mask. And if it doesn't, I don't, right?
Yep.
I carry it with me. If I get in there and somebody coughs, I turn around and go the hell the other way, right? And and then I put my mask on, and that's the end of it, right? So I'm transitioning, right? So when I went to the doctor's office today, I wore my mask out in the waiting room and during check-in, things like that. But when I got back in the exam room, I took it off. So
Tammy asked a question. So what will you do if the mess coming up decides to throw a monkey wrench?
What are we gonna do? I mean, we're gonna come home and wait till the airline puts us back on the next flight, right? With all of the, and she's gonna appreciate this. Nobody else is gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. She's gonna appreciate it. All of the arrogant, smug 050ers, who are taking their little, angels to Disney World from here, for like the 10th time this year, because why not? Right. Listening to them cough and sneeze and kicking the back of my chair for 2.5 hours.
Right.
Can't do it.
Because who else would be going to Orlando, right? In the hotel because of the storms and diverted flights. Yep. Well, thank you everybody for staying overtime. As I understand it, we broke a live viewer record today. We made it to 39. Thank you so much for coming in, everybody. Yes, we definitely appreciate you coming in and enjoying the evening with us. We love each and every one of you. And you. Is that how it goes?
And you.
Yes.
And you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, we will see you bright and early Monday morning. Until then, everybody take care of each other out there. Hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you. Good evening.
Bye.